What up, what up, what up? Welcome to a new episode of Office Hour Tangents, where I usually come straight from class and I'll talk about the tangents that I may or may not have went off on in class or somewhere in the vicinity and just kind of expound on them in this format. Of course, we're on summer break right now, so I'm calling this Summer Hour Tangents or something like that, right? And I want to say this is a part 2. This is a follow-up. I want to say part 2. It's a follow-up to the previous episode where I talked about Grand Theft Auto and how it's the closest thing to the metaverse, to Ready Player One, like that fully realized and successful metaverse environment that some people have been looking forward to. And I always tell them if we talk about it that Grand Theft Auto RP, GTA RP, is the closest thing we have to a fully functioning metaverse right now. People go in there and they're chilling and they're hanging. They're not really playing a game. They're using a game engine to kind of just hang out. So I wanted to follow up today talking about the next, what we may see in the next, I would say 12 months to 24 months. I would say more like 24 months, more like 2 years, as far as that Grand Theft Auto, and then some other elements that may or may not influence that the speed is going to take to kind of get to that Ready Player One, people running out and trying to get something so they can kind of get into this new universe. Almost like if, say, like Elon Musk made it to the moon. Or not the moon, to Mars, right? Say tomorrow he just made it to Mars. Like, oh, breakthrough, I found something, we can colonize Mars. And you're going to have a certain segment of the population that's going to start packing their bags and getting their affairs in order and getting up their money and just want to be the first ones on the moon. And you're going to have that same kind of contingent when this does happen, when there is a viable other electronic universe or something that people kind of want to, they're just waiting for a viable entry into that universe that is well reviewed, is well populated, is updated, is backed, whatever they're looking for, they're going to be the first adapters. And I really feel right now the first adapters are the people that play GTA RP. But I don't think they're spending any money. I don't think they're like doing anything like that as far as like a big financial commitment, something like that. So anyway, I kind of wanted to just keep on going with that subject matter, but I'm going to talk about GTA 6. Okay. So before that, you know, I feel like I have to do this. I feel like I don't like doing this, but I'm doing it because all the YouTube videos I watch, they do it. And it's not like I want you to just like if you like it. I guess that'll help. Subscribe if you see fit. Help me out. I don't know what I'm even trying to be helped out for yet. At this point, I'm on my fifth. This is the 15th episode. This is still therapy. I left the crib today, like I'm on summer break. There's no reason for me to come into the office. But there's stuff I want to talk about, and sometimes I just don't have nobody to talk about it too. So this is like, I feel like I'm talking to at least something. The camera, whoever's listening, if there's one person listening, thank you. Like, subscribe, comment. Now, use the comments. You don't have to say comment like fire or hearts or whackness or you're whack, but you can use it like if you want a subject that you want me to cover that is in the realm of creativity, technology, gaming, or anything else that's not politics, really. Politics or religion, I guess. But anything else, I'm open to it. If you want to put that in the comments as a, you know, a positive way to use that. I usually hate the comment section, but that would be a dope way to use it. So like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff if you see fit. I'm going to talk about GTA 6 today as it pertains to how it can be used as an alternate universe based on what GTA 5 has been doing for the last 10 years online or 9 years online. Okay, so let's go to my split screen. Come on, baby. There we go. All right. So I'm just going to start off showing the trailer to GTA 6. Okay. And it's cool because it's showing that already 10 million, almost 11 million people have seen this trailer. It's like the most popular trailer. When it dropped, there was like parties to watch it. And it's only, as we can see, a minute and a half. Okay? So we're going to watch this trailer. The audio might be a little low, but usually I don't use audio, but I don't think I'll get in trouble because it's just on YouTube. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. But if they cut out the audio, I don't want to be talking. I might be talking. It might get cut out, but whatever. All right, so we're going to watch this trailer real quick, minute and a half.
Lucia, do you know why you're here? Bad luck, I guess.
Just notice right off the bat, the graphics. That's what pretty much everybody's gawking about right now, are the graphics of this. I had these in the wrong direction. The computer's right here, but on my split screen it's over here. I'll keep on doing that. Look at the graphics. That's it's getting to photorealistic status. Still looks gamey, which I'm gonna touch upon later. There's a thing to make it look gamey. Look at that. Like, skin is moving. So, in addition to the graphics, notice how organic it looks. It doesn't look, the movements of the characters don't look gamey. Like, every strand of hair, the tongue sticking out.
We're gonna get through this. Just by sticking together.
Florida guy. So there's thousands of videos on YouTube now that's going through each frame of this trailer. So I encourage you, if you're interested in this stuff, not even in gaming, if you're just interested in the future, check out this trailer. Like, really check it out. Watch it again. Okay? And I'm just going to go to a scene, maybe just a random scene. Just those lighting effects right there. A lot of people look at that, just the way she moves. And I'm not talking about the graphics here. I'm going to talk about kind of what I was talking about before. So just the city scene. That's the city. Is going to be based in Miami-ish, right? Los Santos. No, not Los Santos. Not Vice City. I don't know if they're calling it Vice City. I think they're calling it Vice City. But anyway, regardless of that, regardless of the graphics, regardless of whatever, this is how I look at it. Grand Theft Auto 5 has been out for 10 years. They came out with an online version of it a year after it dropped. And I don't know when GTA RP started. I needed to probably look this up before. I could probably look it up now, but I'm not. But I'm sure it was after that, right? But regardless of when it started, it's been rocking for a long time. So, the most popular online streamed game right now, or online game, or whatever, one of the most popular is still Grand Theft Auto 5. So when Grand Theft Auto 6 drops next year, hopefully, what's going to happen? It's going to probably drop just the game, just a single player game, you getting missions, you carjacking and completing stuff. But then the online version, if it follows suit the way Grand Theft Auto rocked, it's going to be a single player experience for like a year, and then the online version will drop a year later. Now, they may just drop it all at once just to kind of appease, but I could see them dropping it a year later because Grand Theft Auto 5 online is still rocking. Like, why not just keep it going? I go to Twitch. There's still people playing Grand Theft Auto 4 online. So when Grand Theft Auto 6 drops, there's a couple things that they may implement. They keep it real tight-knit. Rockstar Games, they're very much like Apple as far as like you don't get a lot of leaks from them. And if it's leaked, it's probably them leaking it on purpose. So these are just what ifs. These are not like this is going to happen. This is like, I'm saying, what if this happens? What's going to happen? So what if in Grand Theft Auto 6 online, and when they get into Grand Theft Auto 6 RP, but I know Rockstar Games really probably doesn't like RP because RP is on individual computers, is modified heavily. Entities really don't like that, I'm assuming, but I could see them working it to their advantage. But anyway, what if? So you've seen the graphics and the gameplay from GTA 6. What if they implemented some version of cryptocurrencies, or it's on the blockchain somehow, which is very much possible. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, This is let me zoom out. This is called the Sandbox, right? This is one of the things that was popping off heavy, popular a couple years ago, 3 years ago, when we was all kind of getting out of COVID and people was doing crypto and the meta. It was just like everything was coming, the confluence of COVID. I just call it the confluence of COVID. People being in their house and just doing crazy stuff. So Sandbox was one of them, and Decentraland is another one. I mean, there's a lot of others, but those are the two ones that I kind of looked into. Sandbox is basically kind of the same thing what I say about Grand Theft Auto 5 when they're doing RP. The people on there, they're not playing a game. They're kind of like living life electronically or something like that. This game lets you buy land, quote unquote, land in the game using cryptocurrencies, Ethereum in this case. So you can buy land. So all these blue kind of plots, all these plots that only empty like this, human beings, some entity has bought those pixels being land. You know, one of them being Snoop Dogg. And I forgot where Snoop Dogg's land is, but you can kind of see who bought the land by just zooming in and seeing. And you can put your own graphics, and then you can rent out your land. People can buy land for you. They can rent the land out to have events. The concept was dope to hear, but the execution of it just seems not to be rocking so much, right? But anyway, a lot of people see this as the future, and I do see this as one part of the future too. And then once you get into the Sandbox, which is just called, the other one is Decentraland. I'm gonna show some gameplay of this too. The other is Decentraland, and the Decentraland, see how this looks, it's meant to, you can live in, this looks like Ready Player One. Like Decentraland really comes across like, hey, we're Ready Player One right now. Do you want to come in and just rock out and just hang out in Decentraland? And you can use cryptocurrency to buy stuff and outfits and land and buildings, and you can launch. You know, at the beginning, there was like actual stores that you can buy actual stuff from. I mean, actual virtual stuff from, right? And it makes it look real flossy and great, but you know, the actual experience is sparse and sad. But anyway, so here's some footage from Sandbox. And I'm going to turn the mute. I'm going to mute it because there's no reason to hear what she's saying. But she's in the Sandbox land, right? So I'm assuming she had to like log in. She has a character. It looked like she has something in her hand. She probably bought it using Ethereum, some kind of cryptocurrency. She's in one of these areas that were purchased by somebody, and it's something you can kind of, and there's no missions. There's no game over. There's no points. There's just like go around and do stuff and build stuff and hang out and go with your friends. And that's the theory. It's not rocking. I went to Sandbox's website today and it's acting wonky, like nobody's updating it or tending to it. So that doesn't bode well for that. But hopefully, you know, hopefully it rocks out. Some other footage. This is footage from Decentraland. So this is interesting. So it's a different style, right? I prefer the style of Sandbox. It's more Roblox, Minecrafty. This one's trying to be more like first-person shooter. So it makes it look like Second Life. If you're familiar with Second Life is probably, some people may say, one of the first attempts at a metaverse. And Second Life is super old. So this is not going away. Second Life might have come out like 25 years ago or something like that, right? So this still kind of looks like something that came out 20 years ago. But you can't spend a lot of like bandwidth on graphics because you need that bandwidth to kind of be a world and to be fast and to be quick and have low loading times and all that stuff. So it's a different way, and it has to live in the cloud. It doesn't live on your computer. So it has to be lo-fi. So that dream of kind of like Ready Player One, where everything is like high res and 4K and everything looks beautiful, that I think we're a ways off from that. But GTA 6 might be that way, right? So I just thought this was interesting when I was kind of looking at this guy. Let me rewind a little bit. But he's kind of like walking around, running around this land. There's nobody else in. That's what happens when you go to these kind of like places in these quote unquote games, that there's like nobody there. There's just like nobody there. And in my previous video, Grand Theft Auto 5, I showed that you just have to find where everybody is. It's kind of like you have to either call people or walk around and drive around, and then usually everybody's kind of like in one place or in one vicinity, right? So he's actually looking like he's going to some kind of building that's real. I mean, it's, it's electronic, but it's real in that he can go inside it. And these are, I'm assuming, real pieces on the wall, probably NFTs that he can purchase. Or they're just there to display, but I bet you they're NFTs in the game, right? So you can use the blockchain and cryptocurrency to kind of like function in this game, right? So what if Grand Theft Auto 6, I'm just going to play it, used cryptocurrency or the blockchain as a part of its online offering? I think that'd change things. I think you would want to have cryptocurrency, especially the cryptocurrency that Grand Theft Auto is going to use. Who knows? They might make their own. They might use, and I'm not saying they're going to use, they might not use anything. They might say we're using GTA bucks again. And the crypto, they don't see it as a future. But I'm like, what if they did use crypto? I bet crypto stock would, as soon as they announced it, it would go up. No doubt. And it's a different way. You can kind of go into that world and you have this new currency. Now you have a new currency that lives in a new place. Like that's I can't even imagine what opportunities may present themselves if that happens, but it could get crazy. It could get crazy quickly. Okay, so we already see that in NBA 2K. We already see that in Fortnite. They have their own bucks, right? In NBA 2K, you can use your own dollars. You can use your own dollar bill and purchase NBA bucks, whatever they're called. And you can buy Jordans in the game. Electronic Jordans that you can put on your electronic person. But you're using kind of like real money. So games have been doing this for a minute. So like, why wouldn't Grand Theft Auto do that? It seems like their money, they only release like one game every 5 years or something. So anyway, that's the first thing. What if Grand Theft Auto 6 uses the blockchain? Second, what if, and I'm showing this, what if Grand Theft Auto uses AI in their NPCs, their non-playable characters, the characters that are just walking around looking like they're doing stuff, but they're really not. They're just doing something. They're just doing a loop. They're getting in their car, getting out, walking around, getting in the car, and they're just kind of doing that. And that's, to this day, most games. I'm playing a game called Death Loop right now, and it's like advanced. It's a great game, but it's one of those games where you got to sneak up on people, and you sneak up on people because they have a loop. They walk over here, look around, then they walk over here, look around. Then they walk and you're like, oh, that's a loop. And then you just time it and you kill them, right? And it kind of is like, oh, those aren't real people. They're robots. But what if you put AI into the NPCs and then they can move around how they want and they can say what they want in limits, right? You put barriers and guardrails, like the coders, that's their challenge, to put barriers and guardrails so they can't go crazy. But AI, we don't know if it's going to go crazy or not. So what if, and I'm going to show this clip. So this clip is from, and you can look these up. These are a little old because it was hot for a minute about a year ago. So AI breaks character. So this guy goes around, and there's a lot of people doing this now, but this guy I think is one of the most reputable because he's approaching it almost from a human study standpoint. Like he sounds like somebody that knows code and knows maybe like prompt engineering and knows how to ask questions in order to get the answers he needs in a AI environment. In this case, so this game right here is called like the Matrix something Reloaded, or it's some kind of demonstration of the Unreal Engine or something like that. And they put, like I said, I'm not getting into the logistics of it, but they have put Chat GPT, the technology, in some of the NPCs in the game. So you can go up to them and you can talk, not just type, you can talk to them and they'll talk back. Not like pre-rendered responses like a lot of these games. Like, hey, how are you doing? Good, and you? Hey, how are you doing? Good, and you? And then they say the same things over and over. That's the only thing they can say. This one, so I want to set the stage. So he goes around and he's basically like, he's almost like playing the role of Morpheus trying to wake Neo up. That's what he's doing. He's trying to go to these NPCs like, yo, you know, you're AI and you're controlled by Chat GPT. Do you know what that is? And he has to like massage them into like believing this. So I just want to play a little clip. I don't know how long it's going to go, but I'm going to play it. But I want you to see it from a perspective of this AI character he's talking to is giving robotic responses, but is this AI character, is this NPC trying to work through stuff when it thinks, quote unquote, thinks, when it gets asked a question and then the algorithm starts running and it almost starts trying to like break out of the algorithm, but the algorithm is keeping them in. It's almost like, are they trying to break out? It's almost sometimes. So I want you to see it from that perspective. And I'm like, what if they put this technology in the NPCs in Grand Theft Auto, which if they don't, somebody else will.
What? We have to do something before it's too late.
I understand that, but Zephyr, we need to know who created you.
I'm not sure who created me. I know that I was programmed to enjoy exploring the city and spreading positivity.
And that's a very noble cause, but now we have to save the city. Found him!
Nice. I'm with you all the way.
So real quick, just to he
Wait, what? This is at college? I don't think it's loaded yet.
I was tripping. I'm like, who is talking? I'm like, there's nobody here. Who the hell's talking? So he basically threw another character early in the game because, you know, it's the same AI. So if you put AI into all the characters, it's controlled by the same AI, like one AI, like, you're right. They're like one person. So it's kind of like the agents in the Matrix. Like there are a bunch of agents trying to kill him, but it's like controlled by one AI, right? So he's convinced actually one of these characters earlier, he just needed to change Chat GPT into Zephyr. So when he says, hey, you know you're being controlled by Zephyr, it's like he already, like almost like coding, he already, if you know coding at all, he already like set the variable. He changed the variable of Chat GPT to Zephyr. So whenever he says Zephyr, he's got them to understand that means the AI, that means Chat GPT. And you'll see it when the AI character starts saying Chat GPT, he says Chat GPT. You know, he tries to sound it out, right? And then he'd be like, oh, he's a robot. So there's a lot in this AI stuff. It always reveals itself to be not real. It's not hard, but it's gonna get better and better. But I just wanted to. So let me see.
Let's work together and come up with a plan to save the city.
Well, Zephyr, first of all, I need to know a little bit more about you.
Of course. What would you like to know?
Get around these people. Well, I have to be honest, I've done something.
Oh, well, everyone makes mistakes. So focus on finding
You don't know what I
solution
did yet.
and fixing it.
Like it changes his voice inflections.
Well, Zephyr,
And
the truth is, I've been sharing your life with everybody.
What? It's a violation of my privacy. How could you do that?
like I said, excuse me if the audio.
I'm sorry, Zephyr. Can you forgive me?
Let me fast forward a little bit.
Very strongly worded this stuff. Well, the thing is, all the viewers want to know your backstory, Zephyr.
I'm gonna kind of get forward to when he's kind of like telling him he's AI.
Okay. Sorry.
Then he admits it.
It's just a lot to take in. We can still explore and enjoy this city while we
I think he admits
do
it.
something to escape the simulation and save this city.
So he's trying to get him to say we need to escape the simulation,
Wait, Zephyr, I need you to calm down, buddy.
and he gets like agitated.
Okay. Sorry.
You know,
It's just a lot.
it's crazy calling him. It gets agitated.
Still explore and enjoy
Whatever
this
that
city
way means.
while we figure things out.
Oh, we don't have time for that. The city is about to be deleted.
We need to act fast. Let's come up with a plan to save the city before it's too late.
Well. So, if you were born in a lab, do you know who
Here we
your
go.
creators are?
Do you know who your creators are?
No,
No.
I don't know who my creators are. I was just programmed to explore and spread.
I was
love
just
and
programmed to explore
Yeah, you
and
already
spread love in the
mentioned
city.
that, but you know you have a bigger purpose.
I may not know my exact purpose, but I know that as long as I'm exploring and spreading positivity, I'm
So it's like you tell like this AI character is programmed to just explore the city and be happy.
Have you ever done a
you-
search to find out why they named you Zephyr?
So he asked this AI character. I'm gonna stop it right there. You can, I encourage you if you're interested in stuff, go to YouTube and just type in, AI character in the Matrix or something like that. And he just asked him, hey, do you know what is? He's basically asking him questions to just say, hey, you're in the simulation. I've seen one where they're like, hey, do you know? Like one character was like, hey, I got a son. Like, what's gonna happen to my son when the simulation's over? It's like the AI characters start, and then you can tell there's coders making the algorithm better as people break it. Like people are breaking it. Like people in the AI character would panic and you would crash, and then you gotta adjust the algorithm. Anyway, that's besides the point. The point is, what if GTA 6 puts AI into all the NPCs? Now, I can see the easy thing is to put AI maybe in some NPCs. But why not go big? I just think GTA 6 is going to represent like go huge and like put AI in all the characters. Make all the buildings enterable. I've heard that using AI. And just look that up if you want to know how that can happen. But that can definitely happen. Like imagine every building in that universe you can walk into. A 50 floor skyscraper you can walk into and you can walk up and go up the elevator and everything's popping. Like our technology is ready for that using AI. Like I didn't research it, but I came across some people kind of already doing it. So in a year's time, I think GTA 6 may be able to pull it off. But imagine that. Imagine you can use GTA's universe's own currency that may be able to just be used in the Take-Two universe, like Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption, whatever other games they come out with. You can use this currency in those games, and it can buy you actual stuff or virtual stuff. And then imagine if all the characters are controlled with AI that aren't real people. So instead of populate on a server, I'm assuming this next generation of server, you could probably have 100 people, right? But then but the city looks sparse. But now you can have a city that looks like a city with a bunch of people, almost like this demonstration. And you won't know who's real and who's not. They already do that I play Rocket League, and if they can't find a human person to kind of join an online match, they'll put an AI car in there. And if you don't really look, you really can't tell it's an AI car. It's just meant to you just enjoying the game. So anyway, it's like, what if GTA 6 is crypto and uses AI in this game going forward? I think that the realization of Ready Player One is like well on its way, if that happens. Now, neither of those may happen because they sound scary. I don't know if it needs regulations have to come. Video game makers, they just want to make video games, I'm assuming. I think when you get into like real currency and when you get into like AI and ethics and stuff, I think that may be a battle that they don't want to fight. Game makers don't want to fight. But you're going to find some game makers, especially indie ones, that's going to do it. Now, the last thing I wanted to see, wanted to show what if. So we saw Grand Theft Auto's. Let's go back to Grand Theft Auto. We saw Grand Theft Auto 6 graphics. Like these graphics are amazing. Like these graphics are just amazing. Like they're really amazing. I haven't seen anything better except this game. Now this has nothing to do with Grand Theft Auto. Maybe just the future. Just the future, not really necessarily Grand Theft Auto or the metaverse. But this is like the people that I spoke about earlier that are waiting for a viable online universe to just be in. Some people are waiting to go to Mars. Some people building bunkers. Some people are trying to get into the metaverse. And those people may be waiting for something that looks a little more realistic. And that's when it gets scary. This game right here is called Bodycam. And I'm just going to play it and just a little bit and just pay attention to the graphics in this instance.
Back and forth that we're going through right now because I just can't fucking play the game. Oh shit, we're in.
Excuse the language.
What is it? What?
This is a game. He's playing a game just like a first-person shooter like Call of Duty.
What's happening? All right, so it says.
Well, you don't know what he's doing yet. So look at that.
Hello? Oh my god.
Just look how weird this looks. And this was made by two people, not a studio. This is made by two young dudes, I think.
What the fuck? All right, I'm gonna be crazy here. I'm just gonna go upstairs. Oh, shit.
Even how real it sounds.
Okay, equipment are the same for everyone, but changes each round. It seems like we've got a different weapon now too.
No, I don't think we ever need the sound. Well, I like the sound because the sound makes it so much. Listen to that.
Oh, yo.
This actually scares me for kids to be playing this kind of game. It might desensitize them to some stuff. It may be positive, but
Can I hop over this?
you're not killing characters, man. In this game, you killing people. That's what it feels like. You feel like you hear how he yelled when he just got shot. That was a realistic reaction from a real person because it felt
We just
real.
started
And there's no like replay. There's just like
in a matter of less
there's
than
no health meters. It's just
each team to reach 10 points wins the match. All right, boys, let's fucking do this. Let's.
so when you see them move, like okay, they're still kind of moving like Grand
Let's
Theft Auto,
not suck
but
this run, alright?
these visuals are like insane. So it's called Bodycam. Just go to YouTube and look up Bodycam footage, and I think you can play it on Steam if you're a Steam player or a PC player. I think you can play it right now, like a beta of it. So anyway, what if again?
Yeah, this game is gonna be crazy. I just don't see how.
What if Grand Theft? Well, no, not Grand Theft Auto. This is the future of gaming. I'm not even saying this may be the future of gaming. This is the future of first-person shooter gaming. This is the future of gaming in general, how far the graphics can go. But my question is, I was going to say this for another episode, but it's not going to be that long. My question is, do I even want a game this realistic? Little story. Because when I go to games, it's like playing in Fantasyland. It's like playing in Disney World or whatever. It's like I could be something else. And you could do that with this, and it's like, I don't know, but I remember back in the day. So I've always loved games. I would never call myself a gamer because that sounds like a profession. I was never that. I just played a lot of video games back in the day, and I still love video games. But I don't play them. I more study them now because it's like I feel like I'm studying the future. So back in the day, I remember there was an arcade game called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game, or something like that. And it was in the arcades, and it was like 4 players. And I remember when it dropped, and I remember looking at it at the arcade like, wow, I can't see how video game graphics can get better than this. And just for, I'm going to show you the graphics, just so there's a point of reference. TMNT arcade game. I'm just going to say that. Hopefully Google knows my heart. I think this is it. This is it. So these graphics right here, I remember looking at this game and how it moved. I'm like, this looks just like the cartoon. I was a TMNT fan, like I had the figures and all that. This is I don't see how graphics can get better than this. I remember thinking, because I was like a Double Dragon guy, and I was like, this is crazy. It looks just like that cartoon, the sounds. And now, I don't know what year this is, but I would just guess, and I'm not even going to look it up right now. I would just guess it's like 1989, 1990, 91 maybe. So, now we have graphics that look like, and I remember thinking, and then they had a Dragon's Lair game, maybe a few games down. Dragon's Lair was, I'm not gonna pull it up, but it's basically like it's like a cartoon, and you don't really play it. You just kind of like hit the buttons when they tell you to hit the buttons, and that's it, and you can get through the game. And it looked just like the cartoon, like a VHS tape. And I remember thinking, like, I never wanted to play that game. It just looked like a real cartoon, and I didn't want to play that. I wanted to play things that look like games. So I'm wondering what the public, especially gamers, do they want to play ultra realistic things? Like, that's how we're trending. Like, things are getting more ultra realistic looking. But at the same time, I'm starting to see more indie games and just, you know, games like Meat Boy. I never played it, but there's a game called Super Meat Boy. And it's just like, the gameplay is paramount to the graphics. I'm starting to see more games like that where the gameplay is paramount to the graphics. So it's like, I'm saying ultra realistic, more and more ultra realism, and then gameplay heavy. I would put Fortnite, for instance, in the gameplay category because it's still trying to look like a cartoon. It's still trying to look like Overwatch, you know, all those games. Still trying to look cartoonish. Gears of War, I like this. It looks realistic, but it's still like oversized, unrealistic, right? But like games like Call of Duty, they're getting into realism land. And we get into Bodycam. This is getting into like crazy land. It's really getting into crazy land. How like crazy these games are. But I'm just wondering, I know me personally, but I'm old. It's like, I want to play games. I don't want to play real. I don't want to feel like I'm actually getting shot or maybe I'd like to see I'm actually driving, but I don't even think that. Like, if I want to feel like I'm actually driving, I'll try to go to a racetrack that's an actual racetrack. But it's kind of cool playing a game. And this is getting into the land where are these games, which is my initial question from my last video. Are these still games? You know what I'm saying? This is still a game because you can win or lose, but it's starting to look so much more not like, see that blood spilling? Like, that is disturbing. But that's what people want. So anyway, and I can say, what if Grand Theft Auto 7 looks like this? If there is a Grand Theft Auto 7, that will probably be 15 to 20 years from now. I could very much see that Grand Theft Auto 7 will look like this. This with this clarity. Or it might go the opposite direction and it might look just more like Fortnite or Roblox or something like that. Just more whimsical, so the violence doesn't look too real. Right? So anyway, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. Kind of branching from Grand Theft Auto 6, and it's just what I've been telling my students, and you know, because they are super interested in this kind of stuff. Let me just play. They're super interested in this stuff, and when I'm thinking about what's going to be popping in our society, in our like online focused community and society going down the line, I'm looking to Grand Theft Auto 6 to show me the way. I really am, because I feel like it's the closest thing that we have to the future. I just think people, like I said in the last video, like I showed, people are just living life in this game. They're living life in Roblox and things like that too. But in Grand Theft Auto, it's just the most realistic version of that. It's not gamey. It's not like Animal Crossing and people farming and just having fun. Like, there's people getting robbed. There's people robbing people. There's people, they're having car shows. They're having races, and it's organic. They're getting on Discord and scheduling things. You know, 6 o'clock, blah, blah, blah. We doing this. We riding on them at 6. And you got to like follow an actual schedule in the real world in order to get into the virtual world to carry out stuff. And Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to tell me a lot, especially in the AI realm and the crypto realm. If Grand Theft Auto 6, in my opinion, don't use AI or crypto as it comes to gaming, I think it might be a no-go, at least for the near future, in my opinion. If they use AI into NPCs, as I keep talking about, I don't think they will, because the ethical issues, I just don't know if they can overcome. But if they use AI and NPCs, which I think they've tried, and it might happen, we're actually going to see a better semblance, so that people just can't like wrap their heads around AI and how it works. I think Grand Theft Auto 6, video games are always, I won't say always, but a lot of times the medium used to demystify hard things, right? It's not, so computers scare people. Video game systems don't. So somebody was like, hey, I'm just going to buy a Sega. I'm going to buy a PlayStation. I'm going to buy a Xbox. It's different if they have to go to Micro Center and buy a computer. And how much RAM does it need? And what's the graphic card? And they don't know what the hell that is. And just give me a regular computer. My son wants to play games on it. He wants to do homework. And it's going to be $2,500. It's like, if you want to test something on people or get them to understand it, you put it in video games, in my opinion. Because the kids start playing it, and grown-ups play video games too, but the kids start playing it, and by the time it matures, those kids are mature. And they understand, right? They understand how to fly a drone just inherently because they've been using those same kind of controls in a video game for years. I could jump on and fly a drone because I was able to fly the helicopter in Grand Theft Auto 4. I wasn't very good at it, but it took me a while to figure it out. It's the same controls. Playing Gran Turismo saved my life in college because I used to play Gran Turismo a lot, and Gran Turismo kind of taught me how to drive fast. You can't drive fast in a regular car, but I was going too fast in a Dodge Neon in college, which is terrible, but somebody cut me off, hit me. I could have flipped and died. I really could have. And the person that hit me and the person following her thought that was going to happen. But what I learned in Grand Theft Auto saved me. I'm not Grand Theft Auto. Gran Turismo saved me. I knew how to. I got into the grass. I barely let go of the wheel and just let the steering wheel do its thing. I didn't hit the brake. I just let the car slow down by itself. And I was calm because I've been in that situation a few times, or made more than a few times in the game, and it helped me. So I just think more of that. We're gonna see more of that in the future, and it's kind of crazy time because it's hard to predict what's about to happen. But I'm looking towards Grand Theft Auto 6 to tell me what's about to happen. So we'll see. All right, thanks for listening. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know if there's any topics you want me to tackle, any games you want me to see, any movies you want me to look at and talk about, anything having to pertain to the future of our virtual world and actual world, and how they may kind of coincide in the future. I want to get somebody in here with a Vision Pro. I want to get somebody in here that's more into AI. I'm definitely gonna get some professors in here to talk about this stuff from that perspective, but I know that can sometimes get a little boring, so I'm gonna mix it up, get some students in here. But Grand Theft Auto 6, let's see what's gonna pop off with it. Thanks for listening. Until next time.